Welcome. Your arrival was to be expected, if not somewhat premature. How did I know you were coming? You are not the first that has come seeking answers, and you will not be the last. This place is my refuge from the outside world, a safe haven from the darkness. The darkness takes many shapes and comes in many forms, so the legend goes. I would not be so hasty if I were you. If you were to do that, then you would not be able to hear what I have to say. You can do as you wish, but in order to see the bigger picture, you must first understand how these events came to be. I have many stories to share with you, if you're willing to listen, each one more devastating than the last. So, you think they're not real, that you can feign ignorance from these myths and legends because you simply don't believe. Perhaps you don't want to believe, because the truth will uncover the secrets to humanity's depravity. I am the collector, and these are my stories.
Cleaning can be such a pain. I mop and I mop, but it doesn't seem to get any cleaner. At this point, I feel that I'm just repeating myself. At least the music today is good. Better than yesterday. Right, Ellie? Don't feel like helping? You did cause this after all. It's okay, my love. I'll get it done eventually. Oh no! Oh, this is terrible. I accidentally knocked one of your frames, my love. It's okay. I'll go out and get a new one. A better one. And we can add an image of us together. Yeah, that would work. I wonder which one I should pick. Maybe the time we went... Are you still upset over what happened the other night? Ellie! What's wrong? Are you okay? Let me check your temperature. You seem kind of warm. Maybe try not to struggle so much. Vigorous exercise won't be good for you, my love. I'm late again! My boss is going to kill me! Just try to stay comfortable, my love. Do your best to not overwork yourself. I don't know what time I'll be back, but I'll ring you when I can. Mwah!
Hey, Rocky Road! Late again, I see. What is this, the 5th time now?
I don't want to talk about it, Andy.
One more tardy, and you get a free sub. Am I right?
Not now, Andy.
Now, normally I would go for a burger myself. But then again, I also wouldn't run late.
Andy!
Oh, Rochelle, you should know that
What, Andy? What should I know? What is it that you're dying to tell me that it can't wait till I get to my goddamn desk?
Rochelle! Office, now.
Oh, damn, girl! I would not want to be you right now. Hoo-hoo.
Shut the door. Do you have any reason for why you were late?
No, sir.
What is this, the 5th time you were late in the last month?
3rd, sir.
You want to know why I think you were late?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't
The
mean...
reason why you were late for the 5th time is because you have lost your drive. I'm not really surprised. You've been coasting on your looks since day one, using your feminine charm to impress the CEO.
You mean your father?
That's what I'm talking about. Your attitude to things you consider undesirable is atrocious. The minute you hear something that you do not want to hear, your brain switches off and everyone else is left dealing with the aftermath. If you learn to think about others' feelings, we wouldn't even be having this discussion.
But sir, if you would let me explain...
Take Andy, for example. He always comes into work on time and with a smile on his face. Whilst every time I see you around him, you always seem glum and miserable. You would stand to learn a thing from him, Rochelle.
Why the hell would I want to be like Andy? That pencil pusher doesn't know the first thing about working here. All he does is sit around making snarky comments and finding ways to push buttons. I swear, the only reason you're even mentioning him is because he has his head so far up your ass that every time you open your mouth, I can hear him speak.
I was going to let this one go, but you clearly have no remorse for your actions. I'm putting you on weekend shift until you can show me that you take your job seriously. And I swear, Lawrence, if you're late one more time, you're done. You understand? Do I have to repeat myself 3 times until you understand?
No, sir.
Shut the door on your way out and get back to work.
Everything go okay? Remember, don't stress the could-haves. If it should have, it would have.
Hello, Origins of Anime IT support. How may I help you? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here at Origins of Anime, it is our duty to make sure that our player base is above and beyond satisfaction. Now, can you tell me the...
You coming?
Yeah, I'll be down in a minute.
Hey, my love. Sorry that I left so quickly this morning. Were you sleeping? Michael was really riding me today. Talking about drive and joy. Yet he hasn't had to work for a single thing in his life. Not when Daddy is there bankrolling his dumb business. He keeps saying that he wants to create the next big MMORPG, but we both know that he's just using this company as an excuse to play games all day. Hiring guys he can pal around with, whilst also hiring the token minority to keep HR off his back. Glass ceiling looking real shiny when you have Miss Consuela cleaning it for you. Whatever achievement I make at this dead-end job is just going to that twig Andy regardless. I know I won't get any recognition, so what's the point in trying to be happy about it? Just so Michael has something pretty to look at? Anyway, it looks like I'm going to be late tonight, so I'll pick up some food for us on the way home. It was good talking to you. Hope you're comfortable. Have a good sleep.
You okay? It's not like you to go this long without talking.
Yeah, I'm okay. Just thinking about the phone call I had earlier. I was so busy venting about my feelings that it slipped my mind to ask about hers.
Oh, you're already in a new relationship. That was kind of fast, don't you think?
What do you mean?
Well, after your last breakup, I thought you were going to take it easy for a while. I know how easy you can get smitten, but if I'm being honest, your last relationship was... Anyway, what's your new girl's name?
Ellie.
Ali. The same Ali you met in the art gallery. The same Ali who spent the entire time pouting that the Mona Lisa wasn't smiling.
What other Ellies have I talked to you about?
Roche, you know she's not good for you.
That's not funny, James.
I'm sorry, but even you said you two were having issues.
Issues? What are you implying?
Nothing! You said you were having doubts and suspecting things.
It was a misunderstanding on my end.
If you say so. I just thought that you decided to, I mean, this is the first time in like a month that you've mentioned her.
Look, it was a mistake. I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions. But Ellie forgave me. And that's that.
I see.
And who are you to give me such a judgmental attitude?
I didn't mean to. It's just...
Just what? That you know so much about relationships because you've had a total of 5 girlfriends throughout your lifetime?
I think you should calm down. I'm just trying to explain...
Screw you! I don't need you telling me to calm down, and I certainly don't need you mansplaining my relationship. Your cisgendered ass wouldn't know the first thing about the type of problems I've had to endure. This is not the first time this has happened to me. I try to think next time will be different, but the walls I've made because of my past relationships aren't something I can just tear down. And it's not like I've had anyone to talk to about this either. My parents want nothing to do with me. And my cousin is always working and barely has time for hello. Ellie was the first one to ever make me feel special. And I know she feels I have projected my issues onto our relationship. And I don't want her to ever think that. So for you to stand there and tell me to calm down is ludicrous.
Look, I have been there for you when you've needed me. I've sat by you and listened to you when you first came out to your parents. I've talked with you about the insecurities you felt about Ali being bisexual. I've stood by and heard you drone on and on about how every girlfriend you've ever been with has either ended badly or wasn't right. I do this because I care about you. But for you to insult me when all I'm trying to do is help is downright selfish.
Selfish? You want to talk about selfish? I've talked to your girlfriends, and believe me, the kettle is looking mighty black from where I am. Maybe, if you actually learned how to satisfy your partner, they wouldn't be ex-girlfriends.
Maybe if you actually learn to trust and respect your significant other's boundaries, rather than creeping on her guy friends from behind the bushes, you wouldn't be here bitching to me about your goddamn dead relationship. Oh, where are you going?
I'm done with this. And with you.
Rochelle, please, wait.
Hey, my love. Sorry that I woke you again. Just got in my car. I know. Later than I promised. I had a talk with James. You know, my work friend. Although, I don't think I'll be able to call him much of a friend after this.
I thought I knew him. Turns out he's just like the rest. A contemptuous asshole who has to justify every point that he considers an absolute truth.
I thought he was different. But I suppose it is only when you get to know someone that you learn their true colors. See the beast behind the mask, so to speak. Believe me, his bite was nowhere near as deadly as his bark. The poor dog should think about trying some mouthwash once in a while. Oh. I'm sorry, love. I'm getting a call from my cousin. I'll talk to you more when I get home. Get some rest. And sorry for waking you. Hey, Caitlyn. You doing okay? Sorry for not getting back to you. Life's been a little bit hectic.
Oh, don't worry about it. I can imagine how annoying the amount of complaints you get about technical support can be.
Well, when you work for a big and buggy game company, you tend to get a lot of calls. Mostly about tedious in-game stuff that my department knows nothing about. But you have to put on a friendly smile and answer them anyways. Was there something you wanted?
I was just calling to see if you had any plans for the weekend.
Well, I was gonna stay at home and finish cleaning, but what did you have in mind?
Well, my friend said she was free this weekend, so I said I would call and see if you wanted to do something.
Friend?
Yeah, Jackie.
First off, when I wanted to talk about the Renaissance, I wasn't expecting a 2-hour-long explanation as to why Jasmine is the best princess. Secondly, that was just Bantercat. Sure, she was nice to talk to, but I have Ellie, remember?
Oh, we already spoke about this.
What are you talking about?
Please don't do this again. I said after the alley incident I'd find you a nice girl, one that wouldn't cheat on you.
Ellie would never cheat on me.
Elle, I'm sorry for what happened to you, and I'm sorry you're feeling this way. Had I known it would happen, then I wouldn't have introduced you to in the first place. I don't know why Ellie did what she did. I haven't seen her at work in weeks. But you have to move on and forget about her. You have a tendency to romanticize your relationships, make them bigger than what they were, but it never works out for you.
What are you saying?
All I'm saying is to meet my friend. It'll be good for you. Plus, she really likes you.
I can't believe it.
She does, Elle. You were probably so overfilled with negativity to see it clearly, but she does. I really think if you give Jackie a chance that...
No, I can't believe you.
What?
First you set me up with Ellie, and now that we are finally in a good place, you try and ruin it by setting me up with another one of your hussies? Well, I have you know that I don't care how much Jackie likes me. You can tell her that Ellie is all I need.
Elle, you know that's not what I meant.
What did you mean then? 'Cause you seem very compelled to split us up. Is it so that you can spend time with her instead?
She was my friend first, Elle. We talked almost every day. It was only until she met you that we stopped talking. I expected her to reach out to me once you told me what happened, but I haven't heard anything from her in over a month. She's completely off the grid.
She's not off the grid. She's tied up at the moment and doesn't want to deal with your incessant prying.
What do you mean tied up?
Look, I'm tired, and honestly, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I think it would be best if you didn't contact me for a while.
Elle, let's just talk. We can...
Rochelle came home in a fit of rage. She was panting heavily, and her eyes were powerful but demonic. Like a predator, she stalked the room looking for her prey. And then she found me.
Sorry, I was late, my love. I have had a very tough day. It seems that you haven't had a good one either, by the looks of it. Did you not get any sleep?
She was right. I did not have the best of days. I didn't sleep. I couldn't move. My face was pale. And the only response I could give her was a short sigh.
Here, let me get that for you. Yes, my love. I am your rock, as you are my anchor. What's mine is yours, as long as what's yours is mine. I'm sorry I left, but I am here now, so let's not waste any more time, okay?
A poet to the stars is what she liked to remind me she was. She enjoyed many different galas and events where art was involved. I always admired that about her, even if I couldn't understand it myself. Please, please, help.
Of course, my love. Whatever you need. Oh. Oh, no. I'm sorry, love. With all that's been going on, I must have forgotten to get the food. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you were really looking forward to it as well.
She always told me how she had a hard time opening up to people, with how many times she was hurt before. It made it hard for her wanting to open up again, to be vulnerable. And here she is now, seeing me at my most vulnerable. I don't want food.
Do you want something to drink? We still have plenty of energy drinks. Or would you prefer to take another nap?
I want these ropes loosened.
What?
I never really thought much about BDSM. Looking back, I probably would have been against it, but I was always willing to try new things. Rock was really ecstatic when she heard that for the first time. Please, Rock. It hurts.
You don't know what you're talking about, my love. It must be your head. I told you what happens when you don't get enough sleep. Let me get you some tablets.
Son of a...
She was the sweetest, most compassionate person you will ever meet, is what she liked to remind me that she was. Whilst that may have been true, there was always another side of her lurking within. A side that only ever made her presence known when subjected to intense emotions. I learned that the hard way.
Damn it! I stepped on that stupid picture frame. I don't even know why you kept it. You know how much I dislike it.
Is Josh okay?
Okay?
Josh was my childhood friend. Someone that had been with me through the best and worst of times. Rock hated the morning chats we had of coffee, and the jokes we shared of each other over text, and even the picture we took together that I decided to have framed. What I think she hated most about him was how much he knew about me that she didn't.
I'm here with a bleeding foot, and you're worrying about that mongrel Josh?
Rock, you didn't hurt him, did you?
Are you asking if I snuck into his garage, waited for him to drive home, then, when the door was closed, I snuck up behind him and gutted the pig until I heard him squeal?
My love, why would you think something so low of me?
I was having trouble staying awake before. Being deprived of blood for hours will do that to you. But having her hands wrapped around my neck was just a motivator I needed to be jolted into consciousness. I tried to fight back as best I could, to fend off her advances. It was like I was fighting against a titan. And I was losing.
Rochelle, get off me. Why are you doing this?
Why? You go behind my back to see that dogmatic incel, and you have the audacity to ask me why.
I told you. He's just a friend.
Oh, just a friend? I've seen your call logs and read your texts, all of them. Tell me, why did you lie about going out that night 3 weeks ago? To see him? Because you're just friends.
3 weeks ago, I went to see Josh talk to him about Rochelle. I thought we were alone. We talked for a few hours, then gave each other a hug and a kiss on the cheek before going our separate ways. I remember fumbling for my keys that night, scared that someone was watching me. It was only when I looked in the rearview mirror that my suspicions were correct. Rochelle had me tied to our dining room table, trying to get me to confess to my sins. Had I not been drugged up, I might have been able to respond. For 3 weeks, she forced me to endure the same routine of taking medication, getting me to repent, then waiting for her to return from work. Every day, she would lecture me about her day, of how much everyone gets on her nerves, and how I was the only one she ever cared for. If I cared for her now as much as I did back then, I probably wouldn't have been her this morning when she tried to give me my medication. Perhaps then she wouldn't have slapped me so hard that my head collided with the table, creating a gash. Perhaps then I could have been able to fight her off.
Help me!
Perhaps...
Help me! I have tried to get you to talk for weeks. Every day I have had to endure asinine lectures from my boss, probing questions from my colleague, and judgmental remarks from my cousin. Also, I could have you to myself. Also, you could tell me. Tell me why you left that night. Tell me why you went out to see him. Tell me why you decided to destroy our relationship.
It was to plan a surprise party for you, my love.
What?
In my final moments, I couldn't help but be honest with Rock. My last memory was stopping by her office, talking to James. We spoke about how her birthday was fast approaching. I wanted to show her how much our time together meant to me. I told some of her other office friends, like Andy, along with Caitlyn, about the plan. But Josh was the one who was helping me execute it. The less people that knew the details, the more surprised she would be when it happened. No matter how hard I planned, I don't think I could have ever given her the shock that she's experiencing now.
Ellie! Ellie, please! Ellie, I'm sorry. Should have never doubted you. Ellie, please. Wake up.
My body began to feel light, like a feather caught in an updraft. I could see Rock running to the kitchen to grab a knife, cutting herself in the process. She then proceeded to sprint across the room, leaving a blade trail to a hollow shell back to the dining table. She vigorously cut through the knot with a lack of elegance. The last thing I saw was Rock clutching on that lifeless husk, with tears in her eyes. She whispered something to it, but it was impossible to decipher. I tried to call out to her, but something was calling out to me. It was soft and warm.
She's cold. Why? Why did this happen? Why does this always happen?
Because you are passion. You are fire. If they can't handle the flames, they get burned.
Why can't I control myself?
They hurt you. You have no reason to feel bad.
Why didn't I listen to anyone?
They are not worth your time. Nothing they say is ever honest.
Why didn't I listen to her?
She betrayed your feelings. She didn't know how to love one gender. She didn't know how to love one person. She betrayed you.
I was so scared of losing her. I tried everything to keep her attention, to make her see the good and fun side of me, the attractive side. It was hard enough having to compete with other women when we first started dating. When she told me about her orientation, it felt like I had to compete against the whole world for her affection.
If she really cared for you, then she wouldn't have put you in that position.
I miss her.
I miss her too.
I don't know how to go on without her.
Love is beautiful. Love is consuming. If you are not careful, it will swallow you whole.
I was sick and tired of questioning our relationship, wondering if she was thinking about other girls, even other guys. I wanted to keep her for myself.
You still can.
I'll see you soon, my love.
With my final thoughts, I was determined that my action would ensure that Ellie and I would be together.
For eternity.
I hope this helps you see the bigger picture. That girl was consumed by what she perceived as love. Yet we both know that was not the case. You came here seeking answers. I have merely given you what you asked for. What you do with this information is entirely up to you. As I said, I have many stories to share with those willing to listen. The desire you showed when you first arrived is fleeting. You may succeed in the outcome you foresaw, but you will not know why the others fell to a similar fate. Of course there are others. stories for another time. For now, I must bid you adieu. You are free to do as you please, but if you wish affirmations on my truths, then you need only look. Until next